Hello YouTube and welcome to the newest Minecraft server review series, where I'll be taking the time to explore, review, and rate various public servers, that I happen to find. Usually on the Minecraft forums, maybe a friend will, send me one, or if I get any submissions from viewers, I'll definitely have a look-see. The one we're looking at today is actually called JollyCraft. I have their information in the description below if you care to check them out. They are a multiverse core server, so ton of different worlds. Right now I'm in their creative world, as you can see. It's fairly built up. Let's check a look at their plugins real quick. They have world edit, not the best anti-grief plugins, but still, it does what it does. It works. They should really upgrade to grief prevention. Let's see what else they have. They of course have essentials. It is a bucket server. I also see anything else of note. Pretty much they have Dungeon Maze, which is a separate world plugin, and I'm pretty sure they have the Treasure Island. I don't see it here, but we'll take a look at it later. So basically this initial area, you're going to see a ton of creative builds. Some of them are really freaking cool too. Let's see. I would say the initial area is a good 1500 by 1500 blocks squared. It does go out further, but really it's all the good stuff's near the front of the server. Let's go back to spawn. When you first get to the spawn, you're going to have a few signs in front of you as far as the rules, because when you start out in the server, you're not going to be able to build anything. You have to catch an admin on. That's kind of a downside, because a lot of the times, bam, I'm the only one on. So you hit rules. It tells you kind of what they want you to know. Be respectful. Pretty much the basics. And if you want to get builder access, when you see an admin online, you're going to have to tell them that secret phrase, which is right there. So let's take a look at their main survival world. Now this is Treasure Island. As soon as you enter, first thing you're going to notice is obviously your game mode has changed. So this is a faction-based world. It's using the multiverse, so really there's only one way to the end and one way to the nether, and that's through this front spawn area. You cannot create your own nether portal, which is also another drag. My area is actually right here. Kind of created this base. I've been on here for about a month or two, like I said, so it is pretty built up. And the factions, you can either create your own or you can join a list. So on this server there is a few factions, but really only one that's really prominent, and that's the Jolly team that has most of the admins on it. So it's not really a fair factions war by any means. So if they declare war on you, you're pretty much done, at least for now. So other than the factions, there is another drawback to this survival server, and that is there are no mob spawning at all. The difficulty is set to peaceful. I don't know about you, but when I play survival, I really like the idea of, I could die, and lose everything. So the only way to really die in this is if you fall in lava, or you fall to your death, or you drown. Other than that, you don't have to worry about creepers blowing up, skeletons, nothing. So that's kind of a bummer. Another downside to that is, how do you make TNT? You really can't. Creepers drop, obviously, the gunpowder. The only way to really get TNT on this server is if you go to a temple, like a sand temple, and excavate it, and there's always 9 TNT underneath the surface. So let me go back to spawn. That's another drawback. Now they do have a linked world, which is called JollyCraft. This plugin came out a while ago. I'm pretty sure it's compatible with anything 1.3 and above. I could be wrong, but basically it's just an endless maze. And the good thing is your inventories link between here and their survivor world, so you can get a lot of cool stuff that you might not be able to get because there are no mobs spawning. So chain armor, stuff like this, they have random chests throughout the entire freaking world. And you can find slime, stuff like that. And that's another drawback too. Without slime spawning, you can't really make a lot of redstone creations, because most redstone creations that are in depth at all require sticky pistons, which require slime. So that is a huge drawback. Another thing is, both on this and the other survivor world, I don't know if it's just me, but my food health never goes down. I always stay max hunger. Okay, so now it's time to officially rate the server. The rating is based on a 100-point scale with 5 categories. Each category is worth up to 20 points. The categories are server functionality, builds, variety, admin's role, and the social experience. As far as the server functionality is concerned, there are bugs with hunger, as I said earlier, as well as no mob spawnings in survival. Whether this is an intended role or not, it really does take away from the game in my opinion, so I'm going to have to dock them 5 points for that. Then we move on to builds. I mean, as you can see, these builds are pretty amazing. You definitely should log on here and check out them in more detail, but from what you can see so far, a lot of work has gone into the server, so I'm definitely giving them a perfect score of 20 out of 20. Moving on to the admin's role. Unfortunately, because the main admin is absent, and it's left to another admin, his younger brother, who doesn't have all the plug-in knowledge, I'm going to have to dock him points here. Another thing is, if you're a new player on the server, good luck finding someone to give you builder status. It's pretty much a luck of the draw when you log on whether or not you're going to be able to get upgraded. So you're going to have to dock him 5 points for this. This could be avoided. I know there's a sign plugin where you can actually grant builder status or ranking from the sign just by right-clicking it. I don't really know what that plugin is called, so if you do want to leave a message in the comments below, fill me in on that. Maybe the owners of the server will see it and add it to their arsenal. Moving on to social experience. The players in this server for the most part are a good group to play Minecraft with. However, it is rare that I see more than 1 to 3 players on at a time. Getting a little lag here. Let's do this. And the most I've ever seen at one time was 6, and that was on a weekend. So I will have to dock a few points for that until the server gets a larger player base. So 15 out of 20 here as well. If my calculations are correct, that should be 85 out of 100, which is a good solid B grade. Despite the few issues I mentioned, it really is a good server, and I definitely recommend it. And that pretty much concludes the server review. If you enjoyed this one, please like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment below to give me a rating, as this is my first YouTube video ever. I know it's hard to believe, but trust me, about 500 takes and 300 editings, you finally get to see this finished product. So definitely, I do plan on doing these at least once a week. If you want me to have your server reviewed, I can do so. Just leave in the comments below again with your server IP address or website or whatever information I need from you just to be able to get on your server, and I will gladly do it. Again, once a week, maybe. Alright, well, this is Devexity signing out, and keep building.